Welcome to Bark Dialogue, the podcast for people who want to truly understand dogs, improve animal welfare, and build safer, stronger relationships between humans and animals. If you care about what animals are trying to tell us, you're in the right place.
The thing that really sparked it was when I read and made a TikTok video about wolves in Canada that had figured out how to get bait out of crab traps. Nobody taught them. They watched, experimented, made mistakes, and eventually solved the problem. And it reminded me of something we often forget. Animals are problem solvers. Every single day, they're making decisions. They decide where to go, what to investigate, what to avoid, whether something is safe, whether something is worth the risk. That's what keeps them alive. Then we domesticate them, and suddenly we make almost or all decisions for them. We decide when they eat, where they walk, how fast they walk, who they meet, what they're allowed to sniff, what they're allowed to explore, and before long, we've created an animal that barely gets the opportunity to think for themselves. We call it love. But I sometimes wonder whether it's really love or whether it's our own need to be in control. One of the things I try to do with every dog in my care is teach them the skills that they need to live safely in our world. Once they understand those skills, I step back. I want them to think. I want them to make decisions. I want them to work things out because that's how confidence grows. That's how resilience develops. And that's how animals become individuals rather than simply follow instructions. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying dogs should be left to do whatever they want. They live in a human world with roads, traffic, people, and other dangers. Boundaries are important, but there's a huge difference between keeping a dog safe and controlling every aspect of their life. The more I look around, the more I feel we've become obsessed with controlling the living world around us. Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's arrogance, sometimes it's simply not understanding what animals actually need. And I think that's because we've forgotten something very important. Animals are amazing. Your dog is amazing. And not because that they can sit on command or walk perfectly to heel or even lie on the couch for hours on end, but because that they're intelligent, adaptable, and capable of far more than we often give them credit for. The sad thing is, if we never give them the opportunity to think, to explore, to make decisions, and occasionally to make mistakes, we'll never see what they're truly capable of. We'll never see just how remarkable they are. And I honestly believe that's one of the reasons we see so many anxious, reactive, or aggressive dogs. They've never been allowed to learn how to cope with life. So here's the question I'd like to leave you with today. Why are we so frightened of giving animals a little bit of independence? That they'll stop needing us? That they'll become too clever? Or is it simply that we've forgotten how to share our lives with another intelligent species instead of trying to manage every moment of it? And the most important question of them all, how often do you tell your dog they're amazing after watching them do something amazing? I tell my dog so every day, sometimes multiple times a day, because I'm happy to let my dog be as free as he can be. We often tell people how much we love animals, but love isn't measured by how much control we have over another living being. Love is measured by how much we help them become the best version of themselves. Maybe one of the greatest acts of love isn't doing everything for our dogs. Maybe it's allowing them to discover who they are capable of being. If you don't give your dog that opportunity, you'll never know just how amazing they really are. Until next time, keep learning, watching, and building those beautiful conversations with the animals sharing your life.